six pack. I did not mean to spend that much on it.
Oh,
Jeez.
open it now.
All right. We are live on YouTube. All right.
What up, YouTube?
Oh, interesting.
That's some smooth.
It is not bad. Did you get your sipper, Vic?
No, I'm good.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you say so.
I'll be fine.
I'm good. Well, let's get started then, shall we?
All right.
Whenever you want to count us down, I got the timer.
Cool. Excellente. Yeah, we'll keep it at 90. We'll shoot for 20 to 30 minutes, events and news tops, and then, yeah, it should be all right.
Okay.
Cool
Gotta
beans.
Move.
It's a good dick angle. Dick looks great on YouTube.
So my white.
That's what I was going for.
Remember, Facebook, if its audio doesn't seem good enough for you, hop over to our YouTube channel. It's plugged into these microphones. It sounds muy bueno.
Way better.
Just so you're aware.
Just so you're aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Jerry's bringing us in, counting us down in 5, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another Brewnomics podcast where we review beer and talk about stuff. I'm Jerry.
Vic.
My name is William.
Paula's a little under the weather. He sends his love.
Big shout out to Paula.
Shout out.
Hope everybody's doing well. This should be another 5-star episode, as of course they all are. We are going to get into some early performances in actors' careers, usually their first movie or TV show that you might be like, what?
I had no idea they were in that.
So, yeah, should be pretty fun, but we'll get into that later. As always, we're going to get into some news and some events and drink a beer. So I guess first things first, let's get the events out of the way. What's going on up in the Boise area?
So November 9th, as we mentioned last week, has got 3 main events kind of going on. There is a 10-year anniversary party at Brewers Haven, and that's going to be from 5 to 9 p.m. And then at Powder House, they're doing their 4th annual barrel tasting, and this should be pretty good. And then at Sockeye, they're also doing a barrel age social. This is their 3rd barrel age social, and it is going to be from 1 to 5 p.m. and that is $35. And it gives you a snifter glass and 10 3-ounce pours from like the 12 different options that they got. And then lastly, coming up on November 29th, the Black Friday event is happening at Payette. Now, they do this every year on Black Friday. Essentially, they have a lot of their own barrel aged stuff. They're really dark beers that they feature, and it's all on kind of heavily discounts. And honestly, if you're not the kind of guy that's going to go out and brave or girl, my bad, that's going to go out and brave the crowds, and try and do all the Black Friday shopping, this is a wonderful, wonderful alternative. So there
Super
you have
dope. Nice, man.
Yeah, that's all we kind of got going on the docket. We get most of our news from the Boise Beer Buddies website newsletter. Right now, in the month of November, they have buy one, get one free Boise Beer Buddies cards. They're $20 a user for a year. And they are awesome. They'll get you discounts all over town. There's even an app that'll tell you where you get a discounts. And almost everywhere, you're going to get like 10% off of your bill, or like, in some cases it's buy one, get one free. It kind of just depends on the Buddy Hub, the location. So
yeah, a lot of different events will give you discounts for their tickets for and stuff too. So yeah, if you're a beer drinker around town, it's worth doing.
Absolutely. We recommend you get out there and get one.
Sometimes literally pays for itself in a single event.
Oh, easily can.
So
yeah,
we recommend that. All right, well, first we're going to drink a beer like we tend to do. So it's time to get into that. I just cracked and started to pour one. This is called Falcon Cloak Blonde Ale from Triple Horn Brewing Company. Very Nordic. It is out of Woodinville, Washington, coming in at 6.9% giggity and 18 IBUs. Rocking that independent craft seal on there and the Washington beer label as well. There's a lot of head on this beer. I don't know. It could be these cups. Just got these new glorious plastic cups.
They're
So
not
it
as
could
good as
be
our other
that.
ones.
But that still seems like an excessive amount of head. So we just got to give it a second to defoam itself.
Yeah. What do we have on Untapped, Vic?
Sure, yeah. So this is sitting at a 3.56 derived from 1,780 different ratings. And that's all that I have for it. It's not a lot.
Not a lot. Nothing on their website.
I haven't checked yet, but while you're pouring, I'll take a look. See.
We got some sediment in one of them. Oh, and in that one. Oh yeah. So no, there's definitely some live yeast or something in here, which makes sense because if there's some live yeast, they pop the head on there for sure. They're just like, hey,
Good to see you.
you have to store these super cold.
Yeah. This was stored cold pretty much since the day that I got it.
Mm-hmm.
On one of my Washington trips over there. I don't know. I've never had anything from from Triple Horn Brewing before. I want to say this was like a $5 little. I don't know. It's not a full bomber. It's not a 22 ounce. It's
500 milliliters. It's just over a pint.
okay,
1 pint, 0.9 fluid ounces.
but 6.9% on a blonde. Like that's pretty good.
That's a pretty legit up there rating for sure. So yeah, trying to give it a little bit of room to defluff it or take some of that head down, but you can smell it.
Yeah, literally, we could probably like have a
It does smell like
foam
it.
fight with this.
Maybe we should.
Yeah, they might think
Maybe.
about renaming this beer to Foam Party. I think that might be a good one.
I'm sure if we had actual glasses instead of these see-through clear plastic cups, it wouldn't foam up quite as much, but you're still going to get a good amount of head in this one. But that's the style of beer. Sometimes if they use that live yeast, I'm just assuming with the look, the smell, the pour, my minimal knowledge, that's accurate.
Yeah, we don't claim to be professionals here. We are enthusiasts.
It's very interesting. What do you think?
Whoa. Wow, that is intense.
Yeah.
That pops at you. That's a heavy hitting blonde. That's a Dolph Lundgren blonde right there. There's a Swiss powerhouse. It's got a 3.56 again on Untapped with just over 1,700 ratings.
What are you guys getting off the nose on this one?
Some bananas.
I was yeah, actually.
Okay. I definitely echo that bananas. I couldn't quite isolate it. Maybe a little bit of a crackery.
Yeah, I'm almost leaning, not that there's much separation, but towards a Belgian than a blonde.
Yeah.
I wonder if has something to do with the way that it's fermented.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. Interesting. So 3.56. I'm not quite sure where I sit when it comes to rating this beer. So I'm just going to say 3.25.
Okay.
Think that's about the best at what I got on this one.
That's actually what I am at too,
Mhm.
Jerry.
I don't love it. I don't dislike it. It's just kind of, to me.
There's even a little bit of like a farmhouse style at the end there. It's not like a sour, and it's not, a different. What was the word that we came up on that other beer that we were considering for tonight? What was that called?
I'm not
It
sure.
wasn't the farmhouse style. It was the
Oh, Flanders?
Flanders.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not quite that, but it's a little bit of pucker.
Yeah, well, because farmhouse beers don't have to be sour. They're just weedy. And this is a very weedy beer. Whatever
Yes.
sort of yeast or wheat or whatever they use is very forward. It's very, hello,
Mhm.
come have a drink.
Is that exactly how they sound with that accent?
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Wow.
It's right up in your face.
Just
It's-
right
it-
there, nose to nose.
It's that close talker.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
God,
definitely
so-
this beer. That, you know,
People make me so uncomfortable.
they just have to talk right at you.
Yeah, they just have no concept of personal space.
Dead staring into the eyes.
Yikes.
Yeah, go check out that Seinfeld episode.
Of course, there's a Seinfeld episode about it.
Oh, of
Seinfeld
course.
episode about everything.
Just about.
Yeah, they do a lot for a show about being nothing. I would probably I'll triple down with you guys. I think it's a 3.25 as well. I mean, it's not standing out in any particular way. It's very clean. I would say accessible, very drinkable.
It is clean. That's a good tasting term.
Yes.
Yeah, there's not a lot of booziness for it being the 6.9%.
Yeah, true. I mean, you don't get a lot of it. It does remind me more of like a Belgian style.
And
ale.
you should not get a lot of boozy taste out of 6.9. I mean,
Mhm.
6.9 is a good percentage. It's a percentage that'll get you drunk for sure after a while, but it is not a percentage that should taste boozy.
No.
No.
Cool. All right. Well, let's move on to the news.
All right. Well, gonna start with some sad news.
Oh.
Oh, I know. Every now and then we got to do it. But we got to raise a glass. Good old rest in peace. Happened Wednesday. So just after our podcast came out. John Witherspoon, 77
Oh.
years old.
That's right.
Yep. There's may know him as Pops or Granddad,
On the Boondocks.
depending on if
Yeah.
you're Friday, whichever one you got into.
Mhm.
A lot of things. He had a great cooking YouTube channel. He was on Black Jesus. You remember that?
Oh, that's right.
Crazy show.
That was awesome.
But I loved him in the Boondocks. I loved him as Granddad. He was absolutely hilarious. I was just listening to a podcast with Joe Rogan and Kevin Smith because he was just on Joe Rogan's podcast. And Joe Rogan's like, he's the kind of person that after you're done hanging out with him, your face physically hurts from laughing so much.
Yeah, from smiling.
Yep. And this
Yep.
was just like days before he passed. So
Aw.
it was pretty sudden. I think a heart attack got him. Not entirely sure. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But ultimately, I gotta say is to John, thanks for the laughs.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, on to less sad things.
I actually do not have a whole ton of news this week. So I'm going to let you go again, Jerry.
Okay, there's not huge news really in general out there. Not a lot happening in the world. Well, there is, but guess what we'll talk about. Next one. Oh man, here's some time for Jerry's Wrestling Corner.
Ding, ding.
WWE did a trip to Saudi Arabia. I think we've talked about the Saudi Arabia deal before. Hundreds of millions of dollars, potentially over the course of the term billions of dollars that WWE is supposed to generate from this deal. Very controversial because Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. So they had this one. It was on Halloween. Show went okay for the most part. But I guess there's some drama. And this is just interesting to me from a few aspects. And I think even from non-wrestling fans, if you're just kind of interested in business and geopolitical culture, whatever, commentary, it's interesting. So obviously all the talents over there, a whole bunch. It's almost 200 people that they take over between the wrestlers and the staff. And this is just a report from some guy from, I can't remember his name. It doesn't matter. But allegedly, the Saudis have not paid WWE for their past 2 shows. So they owed them from the tune of $350 to $500 million.
Dang.
Jeez.
And so Vince McMahon threatened to just stop the show until they got paid. And I guess it took it a while for negotiations. So part of his contract deal was he controls all television distribution, no matter where in the world it is. So he just said, okay, we're not going to air this event in Saudi Arabia then. So he just cut it off. And they came to terms, I guess, ended up paying him for the last show. We still don't know if he's been paid for the current one. But we think there's something else going on. So they finally do it. The show goes on late, 40 minutes late, but they still get it. So, but instead of live, it's, just back a little bit. But then after that, the next day, so this was on Thursday, they were all supposed to hop out, turn around, fly to Buffalo, New York, and do a SmackDown show the next day, Friday. And all of a sudden, there were quote unquote mechanical troubles on the plane, and it was set on the tarmac for over 6 hours. And then they were told they couldn't change planes, brought out like military police, kept him on there, and pretty much sent him home, sent him to a hotel for the night, and like almost held what they're saying is like a lot of the talent felt like they were being held hostage. Meanwhile, before this happened, Vince McMahon, Brock Lesnar, Hulk Hogan, a whole bunch of the high-ups booked it on their private jets. And we're like, goodbye. So it's just like the normal talent and staff that's just like pretty much getting fucked with by the Saudi officials. And everyone's like, there's no way that works because this airport at Riyadh is one of the fanciest airports in the world, to where they're designed. If you have a plane go out with 200 people, they can get you and your shit from this plane to the next one in under 20 minutes. And for some reason, that wasn't happening. So a whole bunch of the talent is super pissed off, saying they'll never go back.
Yeah,
and
I wouldn't.
Not just that they don't want to go back, but they felt abandoned by WWE because Vince McMahon just hopped on his fucking private plane and got off when apparently the beef was between him and the Saudi Arabians that controlled this, not the poor fucking wrestlers and staff.
Oh, that's a dick.
And a lot of them are like, as soon as my contract's up, I'm done. Like, this is the last straw. Like, there's a whole bunch of people that are just...
Well, now there's a couple other, wrestling places that they can try and land too.
More than any ever. It's huge. So it's kind of crazy because, like I said, a lot of people were mad that they were doing the deal to begin with, and we'll see what happens. It's still in development. They're home now, thankfully. Everybody's home.
Good.
Nobody
Nice.
got harmed or anything. Nobody got arrested. But still.
I'm not surprised that they had armed guards. I mean, there's some big guys,
Yeah. And then the crazy thing, since it was such so the SmackDown show was obviously just last minute thrown together.
Yeah.
And it was the highest rated SmackDown show like in the last 3 years as far as overall ratings go. I think just because so many people were like, well, what's going to happen?
Right.
And it was a really good show, but just week to week, from last Friday, which was atrocious, to this one, 168% increase in the ratings.
Ugh, wow.
So I guess sometimes tragedy can bring numbers, I suppose. I don't know if I'd say tragedy, but
Do you think that was what it was, or do you think it was just a general increase as well? Like the show's doing better.
No, I think it was definitely because of
the
talent being like, well, who are they going to do? Who are we going to see? What's going to happen?
Yeah,
Right,
they
yeah.
might have to bring somebody else on that wasn't at that event.
Oh, and they totally did. They had to rewrite everything. It was pretty cool, but that's neither here nor there. It's mostly just what happened in Saudi Arabia.
That's crazy, man. Wow. Well, glad they made it back safe, though. That's a huge deal.
For sure. But if you really are, if you're more interested, just look online. You can dig into a lot of the talents, tweets, and the subtext in there, and it's quite interesting. But all right, that's what I got on that. Moving on.
My only piece of news is Into the Spider-Verse Part 2 was confirmed for April 2022.
Yep.
Nice.
April 8th to be exact.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
What do you guys think about that? I mean, that's kind of the only news that was said about it. But.
That was pretty much it. We obviously assume the main cast of characters are going to be back, or do we? Who knows? I think it'll be a different cast of characters. But I'm okay with it. It makes me sad that we have to wait all the way until April of 2022. That's a year and a half, but that goes by in no time.
Yeah, it's not like the what was it, like 6-7 year development that the first one was in,
right? And now they hope. I mean, I hope they keep the same animation style.
Oh, I would think they would.
And they seem to have perfected it, so they won't have kind of those hiccups because they know how to do the flow with it. And I think this is still enough time to be able to take your time and produce a quality product. So I'd love to see more Spider-Verse products. Yeah. I really enjoyed that movie.
I'm fine with whoever different Spider-Verse characters they want to bring in. I do think they'll probably focus more on Miles and Spider-Gwen.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But, you know, anyone they want to bring in, I'm cool with.
Yeah, I really want to see like a Spider-Man noir one because Nicolas Cage did such a good job. And they're actually, I don't know if we've talked about this on the podcast. The comic books, they're doing a Spider-Man noir comic book spinoff that's specifically based off of Nicolas Cage's Spider-Man noir from that movie.
Does he have the Rubik's Cube?
I fucking hope so.
Yeah.
I really
That
hope
was my
so.
that was my first question. I think Nick
And that's
Cage was
the
a runaway
only thing
hit.
in the whole comic series that's in color.
Yeah,
Nice.
That
Awesome.
would be cool.
yeah. Nick Cage was a runaway hit in that film, man. He was great in there.
He
Loved
really
it.
was. Fuck, I'd even love to see it. Give me a Spider-Ham
Yeah,
one too, because John Mulaney tore down the house.
killed it.
Easily.
So no, I love this franchise. I'm excited to see it grow.
Yeah, it's quality. Nice.
Do you have anything else before we get into our next beer?
Yeah, let's stick within the Marvel universe because there was one when we've been talking about all this Disney stuff, plus when they did their panel and the whole release for all these Marvel, there was one character and movie specifically that we were like, but where are they? We need more. We want more. Ant-Man 3 has finally been confirmed.
Oh, good.
Yes, it was an interview with a Hollywood Reporter. Peyton Reed confirmed it, and he will still direct the third one.
Okay.
Okay, so we don't know anything more than that. Besides,
Probably
they're going
phase
to
5, right?
towards there. They're going to start production the end of next year, so like end of 2020, eyeing hopefully a late 2022 release date or 2022 release date.
Well, in phase 4, Kevin Feige, whatever, he said that was pretty much only through 2021. Like they only wanted to project 2 years out. And they thought, this is enough stuff to announce.
Yeah.
And then they've just announced more stuff on top
So
of that.
that's it. And then last bit of news, and then we'll get out of here with it. But before that, fuck yes, more Ant-Man. God, I love those two movies so much. So I'm really excited for that.
The style works so well within the
Mhm.
Marvel universe
Mhm.
of doing kind of like a heist movie. It's awesome.
Yeah,
I love them.
absolutely.
They're funny. They hold up.
They're unique to themselves too. So they're and you're right, very funny. HBO Max, man, these motherfuckers getting serious in the streaming world. They have one of the biggest acquisitions in streaming. You could argue history is as of June 2020, they have exclusive rights, to a lot of fucking shit. We could go off on all that, but I won't. South Park.
Really?
This was the highest bought show in streaming. Everybody was battling for it.
Used to be on Hulu.
It's still on Hulu, and it's
For now.
going to be until this comes up. But everybody was going for this. HBO won. Even Hulu was still in it. Even Netflix was. Amazon. How much? So the deal is they get all of South Park, all 23 seasons, and once a new episode's released within 24 hours, it's back on the streaming service. What was the deal worth?
500 mil.
Pretty close. Yeah, estimated $500 to $550 million
Wow,
Wow.
on there. So yeah, spot
Pretty
on.
good guess.
that was really
Spot
good.
on. But this HBO library, I have it saved, but for time's sake, I won't go into it. My God,
Oh, the amount of stuff that they're getting from Netflix alone
it's
is
$15 a month, man.
I know.
Double Disney Plus, more. It's what HBO streaming service costs now, actually. So in all reality, it might be a good value, but it's just so many streaming services.
Right. I do have an additive to that though. So it looks like DC streaming service is going to get shut down soon.
And pretty much all their stuff is moving
To HBO
to
Max.
HBO Max,
Which is awesome because there's still original content to be held out there. So that just goes out. I'm like really contemplating getting that service as well.
because
but
you're right, because they've confirmed
Titans
Titans is coming over, Doom Patrol's coming over, a Green Lantern series is going to be put on there.
Mhm.
A Deathstroke spinoff is going to from Titans is going to be pulled over and put onto HBO.
Yeah.
Young
Plus,
Justice.
they're
season
getting
4.
It looks like they're getting pretty much all the DC things, which is nice because I guess that means that is one less streaming service to pay for because we'll be paying for DC anymore.
True.
But the cool thing about DC, I really like the news aspect and also the
Mhm.
comic books.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the back library.
Their digital comic book catalog was amazing. It was totally worth it to go with the pocket price. But
for like still $7.99 a month. That's so
Mhm.
crazy. And you got every comic book under the
for
sun.
sure. I think not the positive thing, maybe silver lining is, you know, HBO is going to have a much bigger budget for these DC shows, and obviously a cavalcade deep hit of just knowledge and experience on how to just make good TV and movies. HBO does
Absolutely.
a great job, so
True.
we could hopefully just see a increase in quality.
Well, yeah, 100%. And I do think HBO is like right in the wheelhouse of the DC universe. It's dark, it's gritty, and they have the freedom to be able to still create as free as they want to. So I think it's a really solid move.
Absolutely.
I'm sad it goes, but damn.
That's the way it goes, right? That's business.
Business.
All right, and that was news.
News.
While we booze.
Thanks for sticking through that. I hope you guys learned something you didn't know and you feel like a better person because of it. Or you at least take it to your work colleagues and you're like, hey, did you know this? And you have a good conversation.
You can, try and lord over them that, hey, you know what's going on in the world and they don't.
Because of Brewnomics. All right, well, let's drink another beer. This is a beer I'm actually kind of excited for. It is the last of our fresh hop series.
We didn't have a bumper. We couldn't afford the budget.
We have no budget.
Yeah, that's my point.
So this is from Lagunitas. It is called Born Yesterday. They're pale ale. It is a fresh hop unfiltered 2009 one hitter series. Fucking stoners.
2009, 2019.
Did I say 2009?
Yeah.
That would not be a fresh hop anymore. No, 2019.
Okay,
Thank
cool.
you. Yes. Yeah, I do not want to drink a 10-year-old fresh hop beer. Could you imagine? Ugh.
I mean, I kind of want to.
You can. Fun fact, we looked it up. You cannot get sick from drinking old beer.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because the way the bacteria sits, it doesn't like ferment into an unhealthy way. It just gets gross. It's like it's not going to taste good.
Oh.
You definitely won't enjoy it, but you're not going to get like food poisoning or
Yeah.
you're just going to have a terrible taste in your mouth.
It's not like, what do you call it? Coca-Cola or Pepsi or anything of that nature where it just separates.
Exactly. Yeah, and the color's going to change. That's pretty much all I got. I think it's 7.2% on the bottle is what it says. Yeah, 7.2. So good ABV on there. Not fucking around. I'm not sure what the IBUs are, but Lagunitas based out of California and also Chicago.
Yeah, got to get that, national distribution going.
I'm pretty sure they're 50% owned by Heineken.
Sounds about right.
I think that's Lagunitas.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Correct me if I am, but either way, they tend to make good beer.
Get back at us, Brew Crew. Correct us. We need to be corrected.
So they do this release every single year. They just do because it's their fresh hops series. So this is just the most recent edition. We'll see. I don't know if we'll find it even on Untapped. I'm sure we will, but either way, we're gonna rate it. Life is uncertain. Don't sip. You want us to chug this?
Ooh, it smells earthy.
Yeah, and see, normal head on that, so it's not these cups. It was definitely that beer.
It was definitely that beer.
Oh, it does smell earthy. Smells danky.
Yes, dank.
Mm-hmm. But again, not a negative thing. Oh, it does taste like fresh hops on there. These were not pelletized by they seem like they went fucking farm to keg or whatever you want to call it.
So one of the weirdest things that I've noticed with fresh hops is that everything tastes smoother.
I think you're supposed to taste a little smoother, a little cleaner, get a little bit more of that aromatic pop on there, so you get a little bit more of that dankiness depending
there's more
on
flavor,
there.
definitely.
And with this, what hops do we have on here? Mosaic definitely a danky hop, especially if you add it towards the end. So yeah, you get a lot more intense, immediate flavor profile. It's kind of like your fruit, eating a little bit riper of a fruit.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
No, that makes sense. My wife likes green bananas.
Mhm.
Yeah, this definitely has that kind of that earthy, like there's almost like a rich taste to it where it hasn't quite sweetened. But that's bananas, not hops. But it's a good beer. Vic, what any kind of tasting notes?
Oh, not truly. I mean, it's just echoing what you both are saying. It's smooth, it's fresh. It's got a little bit of that danky quality to it. Once again, as Jerry was saying, not a negative aspect. It's good. It's really good.
So I found this year's on Untapped. We've got 4,595 check-ins, with 3,475 ratings at a 4.18. So a really high rated beer on here. 4.18 is not fucking around by any stretch.
So on our screen back here, Vic pulled up the 2017 version, and it looks like the 2017 version is also a 4.17. So very similar in their overall ratings so far. So
Consistency, huh?
yeah.
But other than that, pretty much stays true. It says, born yesterday is a newborn version of our reborn pale, a newer, new Dogtown pale with a fresh addition. We added some wet, lupulin-drenched, unkind whole cone.
Unkilned is
Kilned.
the word.
I couldn't. I'm trying to
Yeah.
read from way over here, so
You're
I couldn't
getting
see
old,
what
Jerry.
that's apparently. Fresh picked and rushed straight from Yakima hops for your immaculate reception. This unfreaking filtered, wetter than wet beer has 11 pounds per barrel of Simcoe, Equinox Mosaic, and indigenous Catawampus.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a very good beer. I like it a lot. What do you guys think?
It's fantastic.
I'm struggling to whether or not I want to give it a 3.75 or a 4. Can either one of you convince me to bump my rating up?
I'm not here to convince you of shit, bro.
You guys both like it so much, and
I don't know if I'd give it a 4 either. Maybe a 4.17 is a surprisingly high rating, I think. But not, I wouldn't say too high, but it is a pretty high rating, especially for a pale ale.
it's pretty drinkable. I think it's almost closer to like a hazy, but
Or straight up an IPA.
But yeah, way more flavor than I think what a hazy would, in terms of like dank properties, than I think what you'd be getting, but just as smooth almost. So yeah, all right, that's fine. That flips my boat. 4.0.
Well, it's very drinkable. Here's the other thing. I can't remember. Why did I take it off? $2.19 a bottle.
Yep, solid.
So
that solidified it.
It's a very good price on here. So with that said, the drunkability on this, especially at the 7.2%, yeah, I think a 4 is totally appropriate rating for this one.
Is that what you give it?
Yeah.
Okay. Vic.
No, I'm gonna do a 3.75 on this one.
Okay, so you're kind of right there with us.
Yeah. I think it's super drinkable. It's the deal with fresh hops for me is that there's like a really finite time limit on it, and that's a little bit bothersome for me. But
And that is, but that's also part of the fun, right? Is to make sure you're able to get the beer within that window, to go and try it. And then like these guys with them doing one, you said, Will, the 2017 very well rated beer. This year, very well rated beer. Who knows what 2018 was? It's kind of fun to be able to go from this one to the next one. And I think every now and then they might change out the type of hop or that they might use. Maybe take out a Simcoe and add a Tetnan or something weird.
And you can vary beer so much too. I mean, even just as much as like the amount or the quantity of a certain hop that you might add at the end.
My only problem with the fresh hops, and I guess more of it's a problem with myself. Well, no, I just with fresh hops, and not myself, is how, to your point, Vic, how fast you have to drink them. That's the one thing that bums me out about being a beer enthusiast over a wine enthusiast or a spirits, which I still like, don't get me wrong, but obviously beer's the forte, is you can't really sell a lot of beer. Obviously, there is very sellable beer out there, but nowhere near to the extent of a wine or a liquor. And I'd
Correct.
say the vast majority of beer is not sellable.
Mm-hmm.
So, just bitching.
Yeah, sure, 100%. No, I'm definitely with you, buddy. Yeah, you're like some beer. I'm like, you know what? I don't want it right now, and I want it to like be at the same
I just want to fucking
value.
drink it when I get around to it.
Yeah, just especially the way that we go through beer. You're like, you just buy a beer because you're like, oh, I don't want it now, but I may want it later, and then you kind of forget about it. And they're like, then shit, like
Right, and then we get a sticky hand situation.
Yeah, exactly, and then that's where you
we
are.
waited a whole year.
Yeah,
that was bad. that was our mistake. I find I do look for fresh hop beers on tap a little bit more than I am looking for them in the bottle.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That makes the most sense. Yeah,
We try and find them on the bottle for the show.
right.
But yeah, like was it last week or whatever? You had a fresh hop that was from a growler, right? Which totally works.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But that's the other thing is just like that with the growler, we got it the night before, so the growler was like 12 hours old.
Yeah,
it became less than 24 hours old, so it was still fresh. But if we got it like Monday and wanted to wait 5-6 days until we record again, well, we just fucked that up.
So if you're gonna order something in a can, right, or buy something in a can that is a fresh hop, or in a bottle that is a fresh hop, what do you think that time limit window is? Is it a month? Is it 2 months? Should they lower the price if it's past a month?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Because I think it depends. A month is probably appropriately. 2 months is definitely
way
it.
too long. Yeah, I think it's too long.
I
Months.
think a month, like 6 weeks, is like right around like the limit of okay. It's this was canned and it's sealed, and it should stay as long as it's cold. But anything past that, you are kind of flirting with the taste changing a little bit, right?
Yeah, and I think if it's canned, it's going to last longer than bottled, just due to the nature of cans tend to last longer anyways.
Well, light issues, right?
Exactly, precisely. But it depends because I've had a lot of them that were bottled, a month, little over a month, and they still tasted fantastic.
Well, that
couldn't have told I bet if you were to put that versus one fresh out of the keg, I couldn't tell the difference.
Well, the Wet and Wilder that we had last week was right about 6 weeks out.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, it was great.
Didn't taste stale or old or stale or whatever at all.
No, it was wonderful. So, and that was from a can as well from Payette.
Interesting.
That's all I got on this beer. I guess we should move on. Do you guys want to take a quick break?
Yeah, man, let's do that.
Shake a break.
Let's take a break. See you guys when you get back.
Cheers.
If we, I don't know, I guess you said you're a little tight on your time. I haven't
Right, coming back to YouTube. Hello.
Hello.
Coming back to the podcast. Jerry's bringing us back. We have the Sunstone from Mad Swede. Interesting. All right. I'll count us down. Bring us back in 3, 2, 1.
And we're back. You're welcome for that knowledge drop of information on that ad. I know it's the reason you listen to this podcast. There was an explosion in that open.
Oh man, you got me right in the eye.
Huh. That's what you call a shooter, not a blooper. That's a
Something.
powerful load.
Hope you learned something about yourself from that ad.
So now it is time for our I'd Tap That segment, my personal favorite segment of the podcast. As you know, we are an Idaho-based podcast, so we have to make sure we pick at least one Idaho beer per podcast. And this week's lucky winner is from Mad Swede Brewing Company. This is their Sunstone Hazy IPA. It's coming in at 6.3%. Will, what's it say on the back of that can?
The Vikings used the Sunstone to navigate the open ocean well before the advent of sextants or the magnetic compass. Our Sunstone rotating IPA series celebrates the Vikings' penchant for adventure. Yeah. Okay. Taking you on a journey of epic hoppy proportions. We may not know where we will end up, but it's going to be tasty. Mad Swede Brewing Company opened in 2016 with the belief that great beer is a blend of art and science. Mad Swede is comprised of adventurous drinkers, brewers, dreamers, and thinkers who, like the Vikings themselves, dare to venture toward a new and exciting territory. Drink like a Viking. 6.3% ABV. I doesn't say anything on the IBUs, but this is a hazy IPA.
According to Untapped, 35 IBUs.
Yeah. Oh, and Independent Craft Beer Association label.
For shizzle. Yeah, this is the only thing I really miss about moving from our last location is these guys were literally right down the hill. I think almost exactly a mile.
Yeah, you could have like rollerbladed there.
For sure. I can't
Easily.
rollerblade, but if you could, there you got it.
I'm just saying, like, rollerblade is like a smaller circumference
True.
area than like
True.
a bike.
If it were a part of town where you could get those e-scooters, what a blast.
Oh, yeah.
What a blast.
Easily. They'd just be like your personal scooter that you pay
So, yeah,
for.
I
you
really
know?
like Mad Swede, so I kind of missed him. So I saw him and was excited to pick it up.
Cool.
Oh, back to the I Tap That. That's right.
Good job, Jerry.
We drink it and judge it and tap it as in if we tap it out of a keg, whether it be a kegerator at our house, a pony keg, just essentially do we want to keep it around long enough to drink a bunch of it with friends, family, all by ourselves, whomever. But a big redrinkability judge, I think ultimately is kind of what it's come down to as this podcast has progressed, maybe. But since there are three of us, it will take a universal agreement.
Yep. You need at least a 70%, a C average, if you will, from the members on the podcast. So if we have 4, that means 3 out of 4. In today's situation, we need all 3 people.
It's got to be a triumvirate.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? What do you guys smell on this here, Vic?
Very very citrusy. Very hazy style IPA. This seems like a really good example of what a hazy IPA is to me. Color's fantastic though. It's got this like sort of mead-like quality to it, which is pretty indicative of the Mad Swede Brewing Company, which I really appreciate.
It is extremely yellow. And yeah, I mean, it's almost
They call it Mel Yellow. Oh, no, that's a different drink.
that's a different drink. I would say this actually looks more like orange juice. It is that hazy. You cannot see through this at all.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's definitely hazy.
It is. Well, I mean,
It's got a lot of bitters off of it for a hazy. Like the forward part of the drinking, I feel like is very smooth. But yeah, the lingering bitters on it, it definitely will tell you that, hey, this is an IPA all the way.
also the can will tell you that.
Also
Yeah.
true. Yeah. But it's like upon the first drink I have, it's super smooth on it. Honestly, it's like for a hazy IPA, it's not like abrasive. It's not in my face about it, but it's kind of demure. It's very smooth and subtle, which I do appreciate.
See, it's crazy because I think it's exceptionally dry for a hazy IPA,
Yeah,
taste wise. Like I'm almost getting that champagne yeast, more like a brute IPA.
It's definitely not a juicy hazy.
It looks like a juice fucking bomb,
yeah.
though.
It does.
But taste wise, no.
Which I kind of appreciate about it, honestly. Like I kind of like the dryness to it. It's working for me.
It's a different hazy IPA than normal. That's what I find different or interesting about it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it's not as juicy. There's juiciness in the smell, but like I said, in the taste, it's dry. And not negative dry,
Mm-hmm.
but it's different. But I dig it. The first sip I actually wasn't sure about, not gonna lie. And I was like, oof. But now that I'm 3, 4, 5,
Wait for it.
6 sips in, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm digging it.
agreed. Yeah, it's an interesting take on the hazy IPA. I think they've done something different. It's not a juice bomb, and it's not in your face IPA style. It's a little on the drier end, which I do appreciate.
I always feel like those brute style flavored IPAs, or in this case, like kind of like a drier IPA, gives me kind of a different buzz than a traditional IPA.
I genuinely don't like them because I don't want my wets to be dry.
Right. You don't want your liquids to have parching effects on your mouth.
Pretty much.
Sure, I can see that.
And I typically don't like brute IPAs, and this is not a brute IPA. It just has that dryness to it, but it does it in a way that I enjoy, which I usually don't enjoy. So that's what I'm trying to kind of wrap my head around. Is it's a little different?
Like
from the taste buds.
how did they accomplish that?
Yeah.
Very interesting. It's where the science meets the art here on this particular piece.
I definitely feel like it has a lot of redrinkability, and for that I will tap it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of with you, like, and I'm not quite sure where to put it, and
Put it in your butt.
Mm-hmm. So
I knew that was coming.
No, I set you guys up left and right all the time. It's okay. That's why I'm here.
Plus, I'm immature. So.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I think.
A 3.5, okay.
And tap it, yeah.
And tap it. That's fair. That's totally fair rating.
Don't die, man.
I might. I like it though. Looks, I like Mad Swede. I like the story. I like the artwork. That actually, for me alone, because I'm a sucker for a good story, and got a beard like a Viking, so it takes me from a 3.5 to actually I'd give it a 3.75, and absolutely I would tap this.
Yeah, nice.
All right.
I'll double down. I had a 3.75 in my head from the very get go of it. I think it's a fantastic beer. They're doing something quite unique with a hazy style IPA that I haven't tasted before in our 90 plus episodes, and so I find that to be quite nice, and I will definitely tap it.
We've probably had close to 90 plus hazies on this.
Jesus, at this point, yeah, you're absolutely right.
Especially since we had an episode, or was it a 2-parter, or where we just straight up did hazies?
Yeah, so we had like at least 8 in the tank on that one.
Not to mention like what seems almost 1 per episode since then.
They're so prolific right now. I mean, it's honestly hard not to.
So drinkable.
Yeah,
man. Let's be real. Hazies are for everybody.
You're glad that they've kind of stuck around?
I wasn't at first, but yeah, I think I am, because again, they're very drinkable, very tasty, enjoyable beer. I wish they'd almost call them something other than an IPA.
Okay.
Because I think a lot of the haziness, the fruitiness, the way they do things, the way they almost kill a lot of the bitterness, takes it away from the IPA category, in my opinion. That is a little snobbish of an opinion, but I almost wish it were a different category of beer.
Just like a bitter or something like that? Or?
I don't know. That's the thing, is I don't know. Maybe hazy. That's what it is. now, but
It's not like an
it's
IPA.
not an
It's
IPA necessarily.
it's
just
a hazy beer, like a saison or
Exactly, or like a farmhouse or
Yeah.
whatever it may be.
Flanders.
Like,
yeah. It's just a hazy,
is now
a style of beer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Maybe it
that,
could be the
man.
hazy spin on something, but ultimately that
I want to try a hazy brown.
Hmm.
Do you? Can you?
That's okay.
Somebody get at us on that.
That's interesting.
Or like a hazy hazy red.
I don't
Like an Irish
think
red
that's
hazy, maybe.
how-
I don't know.
it works.
I don't think that's how it works either, but I'm getting at the point of like
Science.
I'm getting at the point of like maybe this is why it's a hazy IPA or hazy pale, you know.
The type it's because the type of hops that you use with it are going to be specifically
I thought
your
it was the
pale
way
ale
that
and
it was-
IPA hops.
Well, right, but I'm getting it like you're talking about
Instead of
technique,
malts, yeah.
right? So maybe that's
Mm.
that's the type of technique that's used, right? I don't know. We're not experts. We're just sorry, they distracted me. They're doing something weird with the microphones. Yeah. We're not experts. We're just, connoisseurs who really like beer and have really good opinions and strong opinions about things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Vic, did you rate it?
Yeah, 3.75.
Okay.
Yeah, we're ready for the main topic, I think, Jer.
Yeah, let's get on it. But ultimately, if you guys are in the Boise area and you see a Mad Sweet beer or their brewery, I highly recommend visiting them. I like these guys a lot.
Agreed. They're good people. They're very knowledgeable. I always have a fantastic time
I
at
always
their brewery.
enjoyed the staff there. They do a lot of cool open mic nights for comedy.
Mhm.
I can't remember what days. I think it was Wednesdays.
Wednesdays. I think they have game
Towards that
nights.
trivia night.
There's always something going
Always
on
something
there.
going on there.
Yeah.
Got a good food truck. Visit Mad Sweet. Moral of the story. They do Idaho proud.
Yeah, no, great place.
Okay, so now let's get into the bee's knees, the main topique,
Sure.
if you shall.
Yeah, the snake's hip. Let's do this.
Yeah, this is pretty much actors in their first roles in movies or scenes. Pretty much their first. They may have had some before, but they were potentially uncredited in it.
So this is
They
their
didn't get
absolute first.
released.
This is not their breakout.
Correct. This is before. This is all specifically before breakout roles. All pre-breakout roles.
Okay, so this is going to be really tough because I looked up Jennifer Aniston, right?
Mhm.
Who I thought her first thing that she did, or at least as far as I knew, was Leprechaun, right? But it's not. Like she's done stuff before that, but I guess Leprechaun was like her breakout thing.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, that's
amazing.
interesting.
I
Yeah.
forgot she was in Leprechaun.
Yeah, the first one.
Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah.
Crazy.
So I was absolutely wrong. Like I have nothing to bring to this topic, just so that everybody's aware. It's going to be very Jerry and Vic centric, but
Oh, you'll have
You'll
stuff
find
to
it, yeah.
add
yeah, I'll
for
probably
this.
have something eventually.
And it's not too much. I think we've only got a few movies each, which will be pretty short, and then we're going to play a little game. So we're going to have some fun.
Okay.
So the whole reason I'll just tell you that I started this list was my personal favorite, not just because of the scene, because of the actor, but also kind of the story behind it, is Johnny Depp, his very first role. It came in 1984. So long ago. That's crazy. He was a very young man. I can't remember exactly how old, but it was
That was 35 years ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, okay.
He got
I know what you're
eaten
talking
by
about.
the bed.
Yeah, and the
He
TV
was
fell
the
in
one,
after
yeah,
him.
and it just that absurd, gross blood fountain that was after it. That was like that was more blood than his body contained by several fucking gallons.
It was kind of a little geyser there.
But that
they
was
had.
the whole point, is that cheesy 80 camp, and I just love that was his first role. And he was talked into doing that by a coworker. He worked at a video store, kind of like a Blockbuster, whatever it was at the time. And his main focus was actually music. Fun fact, Johnny Depp is a phenomenal fucking guitar player.
I could believe that.
And absolutely, the dude looks like a rock star.
Oh, yeah.
Right. He's always kind of had that very much rock star personality to him. And it maybe makes sense as to why he went so crazy. But the person he was working with had an agent, knew there was a role. He was like, you should try this. I'm going to try it. I think it'd be fun. You might enjoy acting. You got the spunk. Do you guys know who this person was? This actor?
Leonardo DiCaprio?
No.
Oh.
He's older than that.
Oh.
Not by much. He's a very famous actor.
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Very crazy actor. Known for being nuts. Has his own
Christopher
style of acting. That's Nick Cage.
Okay.
He was in the video store with Nick
That's
Cage.
right.
And Nick Cage got Johnny Depp into acting, and I love that so much.
That's
and the
rad.
first bit was
Hey.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Huh.
Got murdered by a bed. So there you go. That's the whole reason I wanted to do this fucking list was I just love that whole story.
That's a great one, man.
That Nick Cage, man.
Did you watch Nightmare on Elm Street before Halloween?
No.
Like
not
I
this
just
year.
didn't know if that was a thing that like
Huh.
came up and brought this topic on.
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
You're just thinking about him getting eaten by that bed.
Yeah. Oh no, the reason the topic came up was our last topic or two when we were talking about Halloween scenes in non-Halloween movies, and I brought up Once Bitten by Jim Carrey because that was his very first role.
Mhm.
Yes.
And so then I just started thinking about other actors, and I was like, that was such a weird non-Jim Carrey-esque role.
Yes.
And so then I started thinking about other things, and I was like, the one that's crazy is Johnny Depp. So that's was ultimately, I guess, I'm my own inspiration. Well,
You do you, boo boo.
That's a self-ception. Yeah. It's kind of interesting. Interesting. Yeah, so I don't know if I have that much backstory in mind, but there's an actor I wanted to talk about. It was George Clooney. One of his first major roles was in a movie called Grizzly 2.
are you gonna see? I was gonna HM this one because fun fact, this movie was never released.
It wasn't. Yes, thank you for cutting me off, Jerry. Way to get there.
Spoiler. Jeez.
No, it wasn't released. And it was also the sequel to a movie that he didn't have start in the first
He was
place.
not in.
Was it a horror movie? Grizzly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and we're gonna notice a theme here, which you'll see is that most of these actors' first films are horror films.
It's crazy,
which is
man.
super nuts.
And
yeah.
it kind of makes sense, but it is bizarre how many of them were horror movies.
Well, yeah, because they just probably throw away, like George Clooney particularly. He was a nameless character.
Mhm.
Like he wasn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was
didn't
it was
have a
like
name.
some love scene because the point of this one, it was actually called Grizzly 2, The Concert.
Mhm.
So it was
the concert.
the concert. So you were pretty much at like a festival concert in the woods.
And a bear walks by.
And it was like a love scene between him and his girlfriend, and
Mhm.
he just gets mauled
Yeah.
by this grizzly bear.
Oh,
Straight
gosh.
up.
Also, fun fact, it would have not his first role, but it would have been one of Charlie Sheen's first roles as well. 'cause he
Man,
was
cut
also-
me off at the legs again. Jesus. Yeah.
Well.
No. Well, yeah. True story. I'll back it up.
Sorry.
Apparently, Jerry went down a very, very deep rabbit hole on the
Yeah.
internet.
Oh, there's the reason I told you we're not changing subjects. I know so much about this stuff now. Yeah, that would have been 1983. I tried to find it, and all the links had been removed.
Been removed. So it's
Probably
not like
by
it's
George
up on-
Different
Clooney.
copyright laws and stuff, because I would have loved to see George like a fucking, I don't know how old he would have been, a young 20-year-old George Clooney get mauled by a probably, I imagine, terrible looking grizzly bear.
Well, I'm sure
Right.
that he has that archival footage somewhere, just lying around, so that way they can de-age him in whatever movie he wants to play in next.
True story.
I mean, if they can do it for Robert Downey Jr., they can do it for George Clooney. Come on. So
Absolutely.
So here's the other one that I'll say, and I haven't seen this movie, but this was one when I was doing my research that I want to find now, maybe. Denzel Washington's first movie.
Oh, okay.
What year do you think that was?
79.
Not far off. You're within a few years. Vic, any guesses?
77.
81.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's my second
So-
guess.
But it's called Carbon Copy. It is a
Okay.
comedy where essentially a rich white businessman, he's like a stock exchange guy, finds out that he has a 27-year-old illegitimate black son that comes into his life. And then, he's a rich white guy that all of a sudden has a black son in 81, and kind of the effects it has on his personal life with his current family and his business life. And the dad or whatever, it's played by George Segal or Siegel, which is
Siegel.
You definitely know who he is. My favorite role of him is he's Pops. He's the granddad in the Goldbergs, the TV series, which is a phenomenal one. He's done a whole bunch of stuff.
So this movie's exactly like Elf then.
I mean, except instead of an elf, it's a black guy.
Okay.
So
I'm sorry. I'm just BSing with you at this point.
But I guess actually I didn't think about that. Yeah, kind of. But now I'm pretty interested. And also, let's be real. How black would his mother have to be for Denzel to still be that black?
To be a African.
To be half black, to be
yeah. Yikes.
He said it.
Yeah.
To be a
Wesley Snipes black? Seal black? I don't know.
Dude, even that, because
Even that.
Denzel is dark.
He's a dark man.
And George, he's Jewish, so he's Jewish white. Okay.
Oh.
And for him to have a son that is Denzel black.
Yeah, it's really uncommon, especially too in those particular cases. I can speak to that because I am, half black, so it's like
we have the authority.
Yeah, like
he speaks for all half black, half white people.
Most.
God bless you, Vic.
Well, it's interesting. So, like, if the mother is black and the father is white, you're actually much lighter. What I've noticed.
Really?
But if the father is black and the mother is white, you're actually much darker.
And this would have been the case where he should have been much lighter.
Yes.
And he was much
so
darker.
it just genetically doesn't make sense because of the way the passing of the genes worked in that particular case. So doesn't make sense.
Also kind of
Hollywood.
a remake of
Hollywood.
The Jerk then. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it?
Good God.
I'm just trying to make jokes.
Goodness.
Oh, these paint cans are defective. I fucking love The Jerk. That's
He
such a
hates
great
these
movie.
cans. Get away from the cans.
What else you got, Vic? I'll try not to steamroll you again.
We probably looked at the same list as far as I'm understanding it.
I guarantee.
Yeah. So the
He's
other
gonna crush you at this game.
The other silly one would be Benicio del Toro.
Yes.
This one was
Same
kind of
list.
interesting. Yeah, the A list. I get it. Yeah. So this one in particular, Benicio del Toro started out in this this movie called Big Top 1988 Pee-wee as Duke the Dog-Faced Boy. He's essentially unrecognizable in this character. I can't believe
this
that
Pee Wee's second movie, Pee Wee in the Big Top.
Yep.
I am not looking forward to this game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
It's
steamrolled.
hard to believe. Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne's first role as well was was it Cowboy Curtis?
He was Cowboy Curtis.
He was Cowboy Curtis.
Yep.
And Pee-wee's Big
Oh,
Adventure.
Big Adventure.
Yeah.
How fucking crazy.
That's
is
Lawrence
that?
Fishburne, bro. Dude, I just watched
to see Lawrence Fishburne in the frilliest, pasteliest cowboy fucking
perm wearing.
Oh man.
Intense.
Can I just say I love to think that
San Francisco cowboy look.
I love to think that Cowboy Curtis is what Morpheus did in his playtime. He just loaded into Pee Wee's playhouse.
Jesus.
And he just I want to play this cowboy character. That's what he did. Whenever he had shore leave or whatever, he just I want to do this.
Yeah,
Matrix
he's
shore leave.
He's like, instead of looking at the woman in the red dress, he's like, I want to be Cowboy Curtis.
Cowboy Curtis.
I want to hang out with my friend Pee Wee.
Yeehaw. Start a country band with fucking Darius Rucker.
Yeah, no, I thought that was super interesting. Both of them kicking ass as actors, though. I just watched Event Horizon the other day, man. I love that fucking movie.
So, and then
It's a great horror movie.
I'll finish up with this one. Another one I've never seen the movie, but two surprisingly great actors came out of this one. It was 1991's Jungle Fever, a Spike Lee joint.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Finish it up.
Halle Berry,
And Queen Latifah.
outstanding.
Both?
Yeah.
Both.
Yep.
This was their first movie ever.
Jungle Fever.
What? So now I feel like
Yeah.
I've got to go see that one.
I know.
Because I really respect and enjoy Queen Latifah. I think she's hilarious. She's a great musician. She was phenomenal in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Mhm.
I
She is.
worship Halle Berry.
She's
She's a
fantastic.
goddess.
Exactly.
I love that woman. And fuck, I can't get over how much ass she whooped in John Wick 3.
She's
I
so
can't.
much,
My
dude.
favorite
All
part
day.
of that.
All
They
day.
said the way they brought in the dogs with it, her action, her judo, her fucking jujitsu, aikido, or just the way she looked in those pants.
She trained hard. She trained hard.
Okay.
No,
Man, her interview on Hot Ones, Halle Berry is a woman.
she's
Okay, enough.
Yeah.
Enough.
I get it.
She'll always be on my guest list.
Always. Always.
On your little card,
Also-
five
Sorry,
people.
Jessica.
Also, circling back around, Halle Berry, half black, half white.
There we
Fantastic.
go.
What are you gonna do?
But yeah, I love that. Fucking Halle Berry and Queen Latifah. Same.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think she was Sam Jackson's boyfriend in the
Straight up.
movie.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah,
I've
Sam
never
Jackson.
seen it or anything. I was just
Sam Jackson's been in
learned that
everything.
in the research.
Mhm.
Oh god, I couldn't find Sam Jackson's. It wasn't his first role, but fun fact, I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't write it down. The very fucking first episode ever of Law and Order, the very first, had Sam Jackson and Philip Seymour Hoffman in it.
Damn.
It just goes to show you that
It just-
everyone who's ever worked in Hollywood has
been in Law and Order.
been on Law and
Holy
Order.
shit! But I love that Sam Jackson and Philip Seymour Hoffman, the very first ever one.
It's like a moment, a rite of passage for any Hollywood actor.
It
You
really
just
is,
have to put your time
dude.
in. That show's been on for like 30 years. Good Christ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My seal's broken. You guys, bam! I gotta.
You got to do your thing.
Yeah.
Okay, you do your thing, little boy.
All right.
So the only other thing that I remember, wow, that's horrible radio.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah, you
welcome.
do.
The only other actor that I really kind of know like his like breakout hit of was Leonardo DiCaprio,
Yes.
and his big breakout hit was like Growing Pains. He had-
You know what? I have a correction for you there. Actually,
well, his first thing was Romper Room, right?
Critters 3, actually.
Oh, before his breakout hit was
So Critters
Okay.
3 happened concurrently while Growing Pains happened. So the movie came out about the same time he started starring in Growing Pains, which is very
Okay.
interesting. So it's kind of tough to suss that one out, but yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
No, he because Growing Pains, that was the show that Michael J. Fox was on with like Alex B. Keating and all that stuff, right? No.
No, that was with Kirk Cameron and
Oh, that's right, Kirk
Alan
Cameron.
Thicke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kirk Cameron's he's a special cat. So is Alan Thicke.
I wonder if what would happen if they like remade that series.
Growing Pains?
Yeah.
I don't know if it'd hold up today. But that's just an interesting point, man. I am kind of curious how that might work out.
Well, they're remaking Saved by the Bell, so we'll figure out how some of that stuff's gonna work out.
Yeah, I
Talking
get.
about Leo
Yeah.
Yeah.
because you thought Growing Pains was his first,
Mm-hmm.
but it was Critters 3.
That's what I
Again,
said. Yeah.
the whole idea of like that I've got nothing on research because I suck at this. So yeah. I'm gonna get destroyed on this game that's coming up.
I said you're gonna get fucking brutalized,
I
bro.
am not looking forward to it. I'm gonna be pulling stuff out of my butt. So here we go. Let's move on.
It's kind of exciting. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you're gonna win.
Well,
All right. How about this?
Sure.
Jerry.
I will not give him hints. I will only give you hints.
Well, we're in the same room. Smart guy.
Like, what do you want me to do? Yeah.
Touche.
Okay.
Well, I guess he could write them
How about-
down
how about this?
and
How
just
about
show
this?
you.
If I don't need a hint and I come close, you have to drink with me if he gets it before I do.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go to the loony bin together, dog.
All right. Thanks, man. Cheers. Ryan, you might have to read some of the questions at some point.
That's fair. Yeah, I get you. I'll do. You know, I know the list he's talking about. I perused it, so like it actually might be level. I'm just slightly aware. We'll see.
That's not level.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what
It's
happens.
not the definition of level at all.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm sorry. I tried to make you feel better. It wasn't working. Okay.
So every question's worth 2 points, one for the year, one for the movie.
Okay.
So you can each score 2 points, or you can each score 1 point, or you can each fucking score nothing.
Wait, do we want to get into
Did-
a beer or?
Did the points count for anything?
No, do you want to sit? I thought we were gonna finish the beer after.
Okay,
before
cool.
we do
See that?
this, but if you need something.
Yeah, we're good. We'll move forward.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
Jerry.
He's got to get a sipper in case we
Yeah, I'm out of beer.
Yeah.
That's really why I was asking.
Okay.
That's on me. I can go grab one.
Can you vamp and I'll
just
grab you one?
run to the fridge and grab.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man.
So, okay, this will be pretty interesting. I'm pretty excited to see how this goes. The last one I'll say to fill in, since this isn't going to be one of the questions, but did you see what? I don't know if this was his first role, but very, very early role for Jack Nicholson. He was in 2 episodes of the Andy Griffith Show.
Oh God, I didn't know that. Okay.
In Opie Finds a Baby from 1966 and Aunt B, The Juror in 1967. I don't really remember these. I watched a lot of Andy Griffith as a kid because when I'd go to my Aunt Rose, she loved that show, and I was always more than okay with it. This show was so good and so wholesome. Just a good classic American show. Andy Griffith was a gift to humanity.
He's fantastic. You know what? Also, like similarly too, man. I grew up. My mom watched Andy Griffith, and that's where we get Ron Howard from as well.
Yeah, he was Opie.
And he was straight up Opie. But also, my mom, she really enjoyed Dick Van Dyke and like I Love Lucy and a whole lot of those. I really grew up on those situations as well.
And super underrated person is Lucille Ball.
Oh,
what
super
she
underrated.
did for American culture, movies, TV shows, comedians, helping bringing people up to the forefront. She was absolutely phenomenal.
She's a
It's
godsend.
amazing how many comedians and actors you talk to. You're like, who's your inspiration? Lucille Ball.
Exactly. Yeah, she was phenomenal, man. She's a phenomenal actress. She kicked ass. Yeah, she did so much for women, I think, and the comedic value that she brought to that was bar none professional. It was fantastic.
Well, I think just women, not just, but everybody, man. Whoever you were, if you were talented and you needed a shot, she was the one to go to.
Straight up.
Lucille Ball.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome lady. All right. I think we're ready for our game.
Yes, we
All right.
are. I don't know what the winner gets. I guess pride.
Respect.
Nothing more than that.
Respect.
Respect.
So, Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about too.
What year was Matt Damon's first movie? Will, also, you get a guess first every time.
Oh, great. That'll
Yeah.
help me.
Unless you want to
Defer,
override that.
unless
Yes,
unless I
you
wanna
have right
defer.
to defer.
Probably not.
I can see the thumbnail in my head. This is pissing me out. I can't really remember the year, but I have a good idea.
91.
Damn it. That was my guess.
No.
88.
No.
Damn. Who's closer?
Higher or lower, Jerry?
Higher. Surprisingly higher, actually. I thought it would have been sooner than
97.
Fuck, that was my other guess.
You're both wrong. One more guess each.
For the year.
Mhm.
98.
96.
It was 98.
Damn.
for
Oh,
Will.
I got 1 point already.
There you go. See?
What was the name of the movie?
It wasn't Good Will Hunting.
Definitely not. He was still pretty young in it. It's a great name. I don't know what the movie's about. I've never seen it, but I love the name.
Flashdance.
No.
I can't remember. I don't know.
I just want to start guessing 98 movies.
You guys can ask for a hint now.
All right, a hint to move it along.
No, you can just ask me a question about like 20. I'm not going to give you.
Oh, okay. Who else was in this movie? A lead star.
Julia Roberts.
98 movie Julia Roberts. Myth Pizza.
Yes.
Wow, solid.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Wow.
All right.
All
Nicely
right.
done, buddy.
That's exciting.
2 points for Will.
Look
none
at
for
you.
Vic. Okay.
I gave you a sympathy drink.
That's
You
2
did.
drinks, Vic.
Thank you.
Seriously, like my movie trivia, like I'm good, but this is gonna be hard.
I can't believe you watched. Did you watch that movie?
No,
Interesting.
you know?
How
I
did you?
just knew of it.
That's weird.
I knew
Okay.
of it, and I knew it was in '98.
Solid. All right, man. I'll take it.
All right.
Well done.
Someone's on the spectrum.
Wow.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Way to call me the R word without
I
calling
didn't
me
call you
the
the
R
R word. I called you the A word.
word. Yeah, okay. Jake Gyllenhaal. We're guessing year.
Yes, you're first.
Was he a kid actor? No.
Was he? You got a kid. We got
95.
We only got so much.
I know,
radio time.
95.
No.
I'm trying to.
He was a child actor when he started. I'm trying to remember.
Oh,
Um,
do I get another guess?
No, not unless Mick's
Not
wrong.
not until he guesses next, and then I can guess again.
correct.
Okay, hurry up.
93.
No,
Okay.
88.
no.
We're just talking about the year here?
Yeah, quit looking at his notes.
I'm not like I have notes up, but I didn't specifically have that one up. I'm gonna go with 94. It was a real long time ago.
It was a real long time ago, but no.
Mhm.
Last chance.
Are we higher or lower?
Romance. For love. Lower.
86.
No.
Oh, I get one more guess?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you 3 guesses each.
That works.
Unless it starts to take too long, then I'm going to cut this short.
All right, I'm gonna go with 89.
1991.
Okay.
No points for either.
Damn.
I also don't know how old Jake Gyllenhaal is, so there's that.
I couldn't.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not sure either. He's definitely older than us.
Mm-hmm.
He certainly is. Any guesses as to the movie? So we know it was a 1991 movie.
Flight of the Navigator.
Negative.
No, that came out way earlier. That was like
That was-
76.
No, that was late 80s.
91.
Mhm.
Oh, it came out in 91. Anything pop culture related?
What is that?
Like, was it like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle type of movie?
No.
Okay.
It did have a sequel, though.
It did. Okay, that helps.
Was it a horror film?
He played somebody's son.
Well, yeah, at that point.
He could be an orphan.
It could be.
The person whose son he played
Richie Rich?
was. Oh, I didn't write it down because I knew I'd know his name, and now I'm drawing a blank.
No,
Billy,
no.
Billy Crystal.
Oh, City Slickers.
There you go.
Dang. Okay.
Point for Vic.
I always forget that City Slickers had a sequel.
It was not good.
Legend of Curly's Gold.
It was
Again,
not
yeah,
good.
not
The
good.
first City Slickers wasn't good.
I remember watching that on HBO in like the mid 90s. It was interesting.
I remember my parents renting that at my grandmother's house when I was visiting there for Christmas. Not fun.
Yeah, for some reason my mom dug it. I could figure it out.
So
It was all that humor that was like shifted towards adults, and kids are just expected to be along for the ride.
I don't
That didn't work on that movie.
I don't think this was his first movie, because I think he did a weird movie as a child, but this is the first one as an adult. I'll give you that much of a clue. And the second clue is he was just an extra. And I will be so surprised if you guys ever get this right. Jack Black. So I'll give
as an
you
extra.
time frame year wise in the 90s. He was an extra.
That thing you do.
No, you're supposed to guess the year first also,
Oh.
dickhead.
Yeah, I was a
Sorry.
little curious about that answer myself. I'm going to go with 99, and I think it's Empire Records.
That
Oh.
is a no and a no.
Okay,
Oh.
it's way off then.
2001.
No,
It's the 90s.
that's not in the 90s.
Yeah.
I've been drinking here, Jerry.
All right, Vic, final guess.
I have only guessed twice.
Yeah, but you guessed the movie title.
97.
Still no.
1996.
It's 1991.
Wow.
Wait,
as an
nope.
adult?
1993.
Okay.
Jack Black's an old man, but you still
Huh.
didn't say.
Take a drink for having your own answer wrong, Jerry.
All right.
91 as an adult.
93.
He was 93.
What was the movie?
Demolition Man.
Really?
You never would have guessed that. He was
No.
one of the soldiers in it. Pew, pew, pew.
The first.
Jack Black, and he
Holy
sees chubby little cheeks
shit.
shooting a gun.
Wow.
I would have.
There's no. I fucking love that movie. That pisses me off. I
He's
didn't
just
know that.
an extra.
God damn it. Okay.
I
Well done.
know.
Well
The
done.
first
Right.
movie I can even remember Jack Black being was Orange County.
That's fair.
For me, the first one I remember him being in was Cable Guy.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
Matthew
don't really-
Broderick's good
His friend.
friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Vic?
That's probably the earliest
That's
film I
it,
can
too.
imagine as well. Yeah.
Let's go with Elijah Wood.
I know the
Oh.
answer to this one.
God.
No. Well, you better
Year.
guess good, Will.
Year.
Yeah.
He was a child actor. '87.
Ooh, not
Well,
too far
that's
off.
a pretty good guess.
What year?
88.
No, it was 89.
Damn.
Okay.
All right. I know the film though.
Okay. Will? Are you going to swoop in and sneak out
No,
the
I
point?
need. I almost need a hint right off the bat.
You better ask a
Damn.
good question then.
I can't believe I fucked the gear up. All right.
What was the title of the film? That's not a hint. A question, is it? Shoot. What was the movie about?
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah, it's a dead giveaway.
Do you know who directed it?
I do.
No. You can. It's up to you if you want to say that answer then. Robert Zemeckis?
Correct.
I do. Look at that.
89?
Look at me. Uh-huh.
Was it Close Encounters of the Third Kind?
Nope.
Back to the Future too.
Bam.
Dang.
Yeah.
Tied game now. 2-2.
Oh, dude, I should have known
And
that
I
off
do
of Robert
not have-
Zemeckis.
I do
Yeah.
not have much left. He was the video game boy.
Yeah.
That's why I thought that Robert Zemeckis was
Pretty dead
That's-
giveaway.
that's
pretty
a good
much
hit.
a giveaway.
That would have been that was a good guess for me to just ask for the director then.
100%.
So I
yeah.
have maybe 4 more depending on how this goes.
'Kay.
Okay. Kevin Bacon.
Oh fuck.
I totally forgot about this
74.
one. You're not too far off, but you're wrong.
It's not my.
Oh, I know the movie.
Ooh, so we'll see. Vic might have a point coming his way. Does he have 2 points coming his way? Do we know the year?
I'm sorry, Will. What was your guess? My apologies.
My guess was 74.
Okay, I'm gonna go with
His guess was wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 78.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I absolutely know the movie.
Was the movie Flashdance?
No.
Animal House.
Animal House.
Dang it.
Extra point, Will, if you can guess his name.
Brad.
He looked like Brad though.
He does look like a
100%.
Brad, but it's
100%.
Chip Diller.
Chip Diller.
That's even worse, right? Chip, I know, and he's got like that fucking weird little douchey hat on. Oh my god, it's so weird just to see Kevin Bacon play a pompous little preppy asshole frat boy.
Dude, he's a dick whistle.
He
And
is.
you know, I knew that one particularly too because he went through Vanity Fair and broke down all his movies.
Did he? I totally
Yeah.
didn't until this list. I didn't realize that was his first movie. I thought that was so adorable.
Yeah, it's
I
great.
wouldn't have thought it was his first movie.
Neither would I have. Never.
Well, somebody who has that much experience, it's
And that
really
much of
kind
a
of hard.
catalog, right?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
so because I would have thought it would be much younger too, like a child. But yeah, he
Like at least
in
at like
78,
17.
he still
Mhm.
looks so good.
Kicking ass.
Man has aged well.
Yeah, you don't need to DH him just like Paul Rudd or some of those guys.
Okay, so currently it is Vic's got 4 points, and Will, you have 2 points. It is still mathematically possible for you to win.
I'm holding my own,
So we'll keep
That's
going.
what. Yeah, well, I'm impressed.
literally and figuratively.
Ryan Gosling.
Oh, damn.
95.
Ooh, real close. What is it?
I hate that I'm giving you all of the lead-ins. I should have
You can
deferred.
defer
I should have
whenever
deferred
you
on this
want.
one.
You can. Yeah, you don't have to.
I should
man.
have deferred on this one.
I'm trying to remember what we gave Jake Gyllenhaal as an entry, and I can't remember. 91. I'm gonna go with.
Gyllenhaal was 91.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 91.
96.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Well
I
done.
need those points.
Yes, you do. It's 3-4. Still anybody's game. What was the movie?
Defer.
Defer. I have no.
That was not the movie.
Yeah, that is
No,
not the
I'm
movie.
Yes, I
deferring.
will. I'm just
I'm
kidding.
deferring my
I'm kidding. I know what you're
first
doing.
guess.
Just picking on you.
Thank you.
Shiza. I'm
There should be a
trying-
movie called Defer, though.
It probably is.
This is 96.
Yes.
Jake,
I'd never heard of this movie.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
There's your hint.
I
Put your fucking phone down.
yeah. I got no guess on this one, man. Honestly, I can't even think of a movie that came out in '96.
For the record, I was checking our stopwatch time and not
It's
checking
not
out.
cheating.
Not cheating.
Okay.
Will I literally I can't even come up with a movie right now.
So if we were to charades this,
Oh boy.
oh no, that's not good podcast. I would like to do that though. 3 words. Film. It's Frankenstein.
Oh darn.
Frankenstein and Me.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Never
there's
heard of
no
it.
way.
Okay, I thought you were gonna
never.
say
Apparently, he plays the friend of some girl whose dad's trying to bring Frankenstein. I don't know.
Frankenstein's monster.
your
Yeah.
pantomime there. I will describe that a little bit. It was
It's
you
supposed to
like
be
with
a
your arms
zombie.
out, like sleepwalking,
And
almost
then
like a
this-
zombie.
And that's the bolts.
And then
sticking out of the
yeah,
back.
you did something with your neck, and I thought honestly, I thought you were gonna be like Weekend at Bernie's too.
Damn. Yeah. That's a
But
good
It's
one.
hard to do a zombie when you're sitting down.
Weekend at Bernie's was I think
Or
earlier than
Frankenstein.
95 too. So
I don't know. Okay. All right. So 3-4. 2 left.
okay,
Anybody's game.
hit me up.
Emma Stone.
Wow.
Oh,
That's not even fair.
that is not fair.
I know the answer to both questions.
Oh, dang it. Well, I'm screwed.
Let's see. He said that last time and he got the year wrong.
98.
2006.
Got the year wrong again. 2007.
Oh.
Oh, I guess I
Ooh.
should have given you another
Son of
guess.
a bee. You drink for that.
Well, there's still hope. What was the
2007?
I know. I thought it'd be earlier too.
That was before.
It's also crazy to think
Probably-
it's been 12 years since this movie.
True story.
Chick flick.
Nope.
Okay. Not a chick flick. Was it
Nope.
was there action?
uh,
A little bit.
not a little bit. Definitely not.
So
an
more,
action.
more of a drama.
No. There are other movies besides dramas and actions. Will
Tell me what type of movie it was.
comedy.
Was Jim Carrey in it?
No.
Interesting question.
Interesting question.
Yeah.
Ah,
3,
It was 2007.
2,
Yep.
1.
Zombieland.
No.
Close. Super bad.
You could tie.
I at least got a movie that she was in.
True story.
You know, like 10 or 12 years ago.
Yeah. No, and I can't believe I don't know why I thought 2006. It's clearly here in my notes. 2007.
What movie was it that she was in? What was her first?
Super bad.
Super bad.
Mhm.
Okay.
I was surprised that was her first movie.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Hmm.
All right.
Yes.
Last one. Robert Downey Jr.
74.
No. He's not that old.
Yeah, he's in the 80s.
It was in the 80s.
Really?
Yeah. 84.
No.
Okay.
82.
No.
Are we higher or lower?
No.
86.
No.
Interesting. All right.
85.
Yes.
I
There
get
it
another
is.
point.
So we
I'm
can
so
finish in a tie here.
I'm so happy with that.
We could finish in a tie.
Vic, should we just drop out now and just make Jerry chuck his beer? Because
We
ended
should.
up
Well,
in
if
a
you
tie.
drop out now, Vic wins.
Oh, okay.
You can only tie.
Oh. You're looking at me with so much hate. It's funny.
Like, I'm completely stuck on
Robert
this
Downey
one, too.
Jr. 85.
85. I've seen this movie, and I forgot he was in it.
Born on the 4th of July.
Wrong on the 3rd of November.
That was just today. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that. I was like, wait, was that when Robert Downey Jr. was born? Like,
Oh,
what are you
God.
talking about?
Like, yeah, I'm trying to. A 1985 RDJ. God. Can I get like a genre from you?
Ooh, yeah.
High school.
Like a coming of age film.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
16 Candles.
No. Not a terrible guess, though. I mean, a wrong guess, but not a terrible guess.
It's fun. I can see his hair. It's pissing me off.
So coffee.
It's so coffee.
If you don't get it, I know my next guess.
Is the word pink in the title?
No.
Damn. I don't know.
Is your guess? I don't know.
No, it's fuck. Oh, this is super tough. I don't know. I'm going to say Blues Brothers. I don't know.
High Fidelity.
Okay, so the movie came out in 1985. Blues Brothers came out, and I'm pretty sure around 1977.
Yeah.
I was
And
way
High
off.
Fidelity closer to 1997.
Exactly.
Both are like
Yeah.
10 years off.
Well, yeah, I didn't have a guess
Think of
for
weird
it.
hate John
80s
Cusack.
coming of age movies. It's not John Cusack's not in this movie.
He was in High Fidelity.
Okay,
Keep going.
you keep going.
85.
5. You each get one more guess. It's taking so much longer than I thought it would.
There are so many movies out there. You put yourself on our situation, our shoes.
No, I'm the one coming up with a quiz. If I put myself in your shoes, I would have won already because I know the answers. I wrote them.
It's a movie.
Okay, last hint. Very iconic song with the same name in the movie.
85?
85?
Pretty Woman?
Ocho Cinco! No.
All right. Well, Vic, it's you or we tie.
I
No,
give
you
up.
don't tie. He wins.
Yeah, I give up. I
So
don't
you're
know.
wrong.
Why? We both have 4. Oh, he has
No, he has
5 points.
five.
Yeah.
Weird science.
Fuck, that's right. God damn, he was fucking chest. God damn.
The look
Frank.
on both your faces
Jesus.
when you realize
Why? Why did I not? Oh, 80. Oh.
Weird science.
That was
I
85?
thought this
Jesus.
song would be a good enough hint to give it away too.
Oh, that's what I
Whoa.
went with. That's what I went with for Pretty
Dumb
Women.
motherfuckers. After
God
that, we need a beer.
Damn it.
Jesus Christ.
Pisses me
All right,
off.
we need our last beer, please. Cannot come soon enough.
Oh my god. I got it.
That was torturous
All
not
right.
only for us but our audience.
Thank you guys. We're gonna give you a quick break and we'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah, I got tickled.
suck having to edit the silence out of that one.
I couldn't fucking picture it. I got to pee so hard for the last little bit.
I went when I got you a beer.
Oh, good.
Because otherwise I would have lasted. Your hints suck, Jerry. No, you're right. That last one was good, but I'm saying before that. was able to make it close. That was hard.
Yeah, I really honestly, I could see my photographic memory is I don't have one, which is why that's there.
And that's exactly why you don't want to play me in these games.
Oh, I cannot wait to put all you, Paula, and Vic all on my comic book thing that I came up with like over a year ago, and we still haven't done anything with.
Oh shit!
Yeah, do you remember that? You're like, no, we got to put it on a thing, a video. Like, dude, there's like 2 pages of notes in here somewhere about that. Yeah. When was that? That was. You want to know when I made that list?
No.
I made it after. I made it before episode 25.
Oh dang.
Oh dang, yeah. I made that game before episode 25 for us.
Well, that was like the summertime of our first year. Yeah.
That was when we were at our other studio.
At old play on
Oh, yeah.
Stake.
Mhm.
Yeah, like we need to revisit that. Do it.
Well, I like your other idea too, the one you talked to me on the phone about. But again,
Oh, my other pitch?
I put too much research into this one too.
Yeah, I know. We'll do that one in 2 weeks
Change
because
it.
that's when I'll be back.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Fun. Ooh, I like that picture. That's fun. Yeah, no, we can totally do that in 2 weeks. Oh, dang it.
That's in Leavenworth, Washington, I'm pretty sure.
Or Amsterdam, Europe?
Amsterdam, maybe.
Somewhere in Europe. Oh, no. All right,
I don't know.
let's go. I'll bring us back.
You're bringing us back.
All right.
So, yeah, we're just going to drink a beer. What have we been doing? Reading, watching, whatever. Remember
Yeah.
1 or 2 things. You can do 2.
We're at an hour and a half thus far.
But- So, yeah. Are you going to go through and cut out the dead air on the quiz thing?
Probably not.
No.
And the thing is, it's not a whole lot of dead air because we were filling it with words too at the same time. So then it just the thing is too is like when you start doing that, like you start what I call like transitioning or bridging a thought from a particular like nonsensical phrase. And so it becomes sort of difficult to be able to pull those elements out as a whole because you're thinking as you're talking and the process it becomes broken when I start pulling those pieces out.
No, I mean it by the dead air is if there are moments you see, and I don't know what it looks like when you're editing it. It's just like a flat gap for too long.
Oh yeah, that's what it'll look like. But honestly, there's not a lot of it. It's not enough for me to surgically go through and pull those elements out because most people have applications that actually do that automatically.
Yeah, people's podcasts will do that automatically. Plus, here's the other thing that's also kind of crap about that is you typically want at least like a half a second of silence in between each person talking.
Yeah, silence is not bad. I don't know where people get that concept that needs to be pulled out. Like it's actually beneficial for people to process the words and the phrases and the things that are being said to them through silence. This is why I keep it in there.
What is this beer called? Or do we just want to bring us back?
This is the Double Mountain Voila.
Voila.
Yep. Not Viola. Voila.
Voila.
12th anniversary Flanders Ale.
Double Mountain is in Bend, Oregon.
Hood River.
Hood River, Oregon. Okay.
What was the name again?
Double
Voila.
Mountain is called Voila.
Viola.
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 You guys have been to Hood River, right?
Nope.
All right, I'm adding it to the list of definite places that we need to stop on our whatever beer tour that we do.
Yeah, it seems like they have a lot of good breweries.
Well, Full Sail's right there off the freeway.
I've been to Full Sail in Portland.
Freem is right there as well.
Cool.
Yeah, there's a couple other ones that are right around that area. Anyways, bring us back because I'm late at this point, but that's okay.
Shit. Okay. All right, ready? Here we go in 3, 2, 1.
And we are back again. And look at you. You're even smarter than you were before that ad started. Look at the big brains on Brad.
Look at the big brain.
Drink another beer. This is the Double Mountain 12th Anniversary Flanders Ale, or as they like to call it, Voila.
Voila. Is that French?
Yeah, I think so.
Is voila French?
Yes. Sure. Let's go with that. This comes in at 7.1% alcohol and 0, count them, 0 international bitterness units. That's less than 1. For our 12th anniversary, basking in the tart aromas of cranberry and ripe blackberry, this barrel-aged Flanders finishes dry with a touch of oak. Double Mountain's cool. We talked about them before. This is their refillable bottle, to where after you drink that, you can bring it back and fill it up. That tends to be what you do with refillable bottles.
That's if you're over in Hood River, which is where they're based out of, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Hood River, Oregon. So a Flanders ale is like a sour style farmhouse-ish ale.
Or like a,
Sort of. Almost like a Sison, I suppose. Do you have anything on the internet for us?
Looking.
Does my microphone sound funny? Is that just me?
That was you.
You sound funny all the time.
All right. No more than usual, though.
No more than usual.
Okay. I don't know if I've had many Flanders ales before.
They're
Smells like a motherfucking sour, man.
They're darker in color, for sure.
This is pretty dark.
But yeah, it's
So
usually
that could
like
be
a
the
sour.
cranberry and blackberry.
Maybe. But yeah, they usually are a little bit more sour or have that little bit of tartness to it. Farmhouse Flanders style, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting.
I think about 0 IBUs. It's not an NA, straight up 0 IBUs.
Well, that is interesting. Yeah. So yeah, one that's reflected on Untapped. It's sitting at a 4.01, derived from 208 ratings. It is considered a sour Flanders red ale.
It is definitely red in color. It looks like a red ale. But this bitch pretty yummy.
Dude, this is yummy. This is really good. Like, it's got a lot of like that blackberry sweetness to it to balance out that tart. I like it. I like this a lot. It's not like it's not a full sour, but it's almost there. There's more sweet to it than I think sour in this point.
Man. But it's definitely sour. You get the tart, but it's not overly sour by any stretch. I don't know why. There was something about this dark label on here, the gold on black, whatever it was, the voila name, that just kind of attracted me to this. It wasn't cheap. I think it was about $10
Whoa.
for the bottle. It's not a beer I would drink a whole lot, but I understand that 4 rating because it is a very good beer. It's got a lot going on. It's got a great personality. It's got a beautiful color, really good smell. So if you like sours, and I know a lot of people that really do enjoy them, get this beer. Great for this time of year too, coming into the fall with that cranberry and blackberry, just phenomenal for the season.
Yeah, and you were right. The label definitely looks ritzy.
It's bougie.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think, Vic? Been quiet on this one.
It's cool. Yeah, no, it's bougie. You're right. Yeah, it's got this 1-2 Double Mountain 12 with his golden hop on there with a black background. It is a little bougie, a little high elegance is what I'm getting from it. It's pretty good though. I like it. It's the sour notes, tartness combined with these very fruity elements, which are it's working out very well for it. I like it.
So 4.01, do you think this is a 4 rated beer on average from 208 people?
I think if you're going to rate it solely on taste, yes. If you're going to bring in cost in that as well, I think that is pretty high.
But sours tend to be more expensive anyways.
Yes.
It seems like it's a little bit more difficult. This is a 12th anniversary beer. It's a limited edition. They put a lot of love into it. I'm not bummed by the price. I can handle it, and I will keep this at a 4. I very much enjoy this.
Okay. I had it at a 4, and then because of the price, you said what, like 10, 12 bucks?
I think it was like $9.50.
$9.50 for a
Another one of that, like we had
500
earlier, the
milliliters.
500 milliliter. Yeah.
I still think I'm going to stick with the 3.75, which is a respectable score, and I like this beer a lot. But yeah, for me, that's a little bit pricey, even for a sour.
Yeah, same Z's. I'm gonna hit a 3.75. The price is definitely like something that might keep me from it.
But if you like sours, I think you should spend that price on it.
Agreed.
So if you're like us and we're not big sour fans, definitely don't. I'm not going to drop $10 on this again, probably. But if I were a big fan of sours and I wanted something a little bit more special, I would. So,
yeah,
price is the price. Man.
It sort of depends on like where your style is, honestly.
Absolutely.
Like, where's your wheelhouse out? Do you like sours? Do you like lambics? Do you like fruits? Do you like lagers? Where are you going to be? And that'll sort of indicate where you kind of spend most of your money. Yeah. All right.
Not a bad finish
Nope.
for the night, huh? Sours are a good one to finish on because they make you want to sip them a little bit slower.
Mm-hmm.
So while we finish up, what have you guys been watching, reading, doing, playing, tricking into?
I've just been doing dad stuff, mowing the lawn, taking care of the gutters, watching Finding Nemo in 3D with my kids.
I love that movie, man.
Dude, that movie holds up really, really well. And in 3D, it is amazing. This is the first time we got to watch a 3D movie with our kids because they're just turned old enough to where their eyes won't be messed up. But yeah, that was pretty cool. And then I watched the World Series with my son quite a bit.
Great World Series, man.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
What I thought was so cool about the World Series, Juan Soto plays on the Nationals. He's a stud. He hit like 7 home runs in the World Series.
Oh yeah, the guy
crushed.
He was 20 and he turned 21.
He turned 21 5 days before the World Series and Game 7 of the World Series, and his first sip of legal alcohol was drinking the champagne from winning World Series at Game 7.
Yeah, that's a good story.
How cool is that? That's a great sip. It doesn't really get, unless that happened on your 21st birthday, it doesn't really get much better than that for a first sip of legal alcohol.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
That's a solid first outing, man. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Other than that, I've just been revisiting the TV show Community. It's good stuff. Go back and check it out. It's on Hulu.
Nice. It is on Hulu. I think that might be one that gets pulled over by HBO Max.
Oh no!
If I recall from going through, I'll send you the link for the list. It's crazy.
Okay.
The amount of shows and movies getting pulled over.
Yeah, my wife realized she hadn't seen season 6 at all.
Well, because it was released exclusively on Yahoo.
Yeah, and only for a little while. Too.
Yeah, because that's so strangely enough, Yahoo's streaming service didn't stick around.
Weird.
Yeah, funny thing about that.
Paget Brewster was a great addition to that.
Yeah,
6th season though. She's awesome. I didn't watch the wrestling because I wanted to see what was happening with all the Saudi Arabia shit. But then I watched this movie, The Art of Self-Defense, with Jesse Eisenberg. It was like an independent black comedy. Jesse Eisenberg's this really neurotic accountant that gets jumped and decides to learn self-defense, and first thinks he's going to get a gun, but then decides to go do karate. And the trailer seemed really cool, but ultimately it was terrible.
Okay.
It was
a bad movie.
It was horrible.
Went nowhere.
Here's the thing. They tried to spoof karate, and they did like one thing that I thought was kind of funny was they separated the night and the day class, and the day class was like your typical traditional karate class, and the night class was like this underground fight club sort of thing that was kind of silly. But it was clearly written by a dude that's never stepped inside of any martial arts dojo whatsoever, and his only knowledge of karate is shit he's seen from 80s karate's movies starring white dudes by white dudes that also never did karate. And a lot of it was, I don't know if this is the right way to say it, but like offensive to martial arts. Not just like a cute little spin or sidestep, just a straight up, nope, not not how it would happen in a Japanese style martial art. Not that I know much about Japanese style martial arts.
Well, I think that you could probably legitimately claim that it was offensive because it probably
But no,
didn't
I
take
can't-
any
I can't.
discipline.
I absolutely can't. I've done it and studied it for years, and it was just I didn't like a lot of it. Jesse Eisenberg was garbage in it because he's kind of garbage the more and more you see him. So yeah, skip over that one, guys. The Art of Self-Defense.
That's a no-go. All right.
That's a no-go coming from Jerry. That's all I got. Finish us up, Vic.
Yeah, man, I'm not super special on this end. Just been catching up on my shows. I'm just making sure I'm caught up for the CW crossover, and
Need for Speed.
got Need for Speed coming out here next week, as well as yeah, man, just chilling.
Yeah, you look like you're ready to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm tired.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. We appreciate it. If we had any actors with first roles that we missed that you think's fun, go ahead, shoot it over at us. Give our podcast a 5-star review, especially on Spotify and iTunes. It helps a lot. Buy a friend a beer. Be good to each other. Until next week, I'm Jerry.
I'm Vic.
I'm William.
Paula says hi.
Cheers, everybody.
All right, we're out.
Oh, excuse me. This beanie from Tavor is super comfy. I'll give him that.
I wonder how much time if we took out the entirety of the game.
What did we end up at?
Hour 40.
Yeah. If we took out the game, I wonder if we're at like an hour and 10.
It's not terrible.